welcome to another S2000 video. So, if you don't know what this is my new Amuse dry carbon hardtop for the S2000, and this is all the extra stuff that I bought that's going to go with it. Let me just touch a little bit in terms of how I ended up here and why this is going on the car. For some people that actually know me on a personal level, know how much I actually love driving with the top down in the S2000. So getting a hardtop might be a little bit weird. And if you've watched kind of the channel for a little bit, when I first got my current S2000, it actually did have a hardtop on it. And that was a Mugen FRP one. I ultimately didn't really like it that much. One being, I do enjoy the S2000 as a convertible. And two being, the Mugen hardtop, if you've ever sat in an S2000 with one, the back window is actually really small, so you can't really see anything out of it, which is a huge bummer for me because I enjoy driving the car, so obviously having massive blind spots and not really being able to see out the back is kind of a big detriment for me anyways. So I ended up selling that hardtop, but it's kind of always sat in the back of my mind that it would be kind of nice to get a hardtop one day. I do believe that S2000s look really good with them on. Obviously, the Mugen one is a really popular one. I was kind of hesitating in terms of if I wanted to go with an OEM hardtop or possibly even go down the route of a Mugen hardtop, but instead of the FRP like I had before, going with the carbon top version. As most of y'all know within the S2000 community, the Mugen hardtops have been discontinued for a few years now. I actually happened to sell mine a little bit just before they announced that they were discontinuing them. But so you can still find them here and there, but they are a pretty penny. And one of the nice things about the Mugen one is that it does come with all the hardware and seals necessary for the install that are all OEM Honda parts, a lot of which are actually discontinued. So that was kind of a really nice option, but then again, just struggling internally that I don't really want to deal with the rear window. So I happened to actually go with this route. So for those of you that don't know, this is an Amuse dry carbon hardtop. It's actually the lightest hardtop available for S2000s. So on the underside here that's being shown right now, it's not the prettiest finish. I actually had the chance to talk with Kudo-san, who's the president of Amuse R1 Titan, and he explained to me that typically a lot of people use this hardtop more for like race car applications just because it's the lightest option. So the underside isn't really quote unquote finished. I kind of went back and forth. Do I want to like have this prepared, sanded down, and cleared? But I kind of do enjoy the rawness of it, and ultimately really only myself as the driver is going to really see the inside of this. So didn't really bother me too much. The top, I'll probably just flip it around and kind of show you guys. It does come with like a clear coat on it, but I don't know if it was due to shipping or whatnot. It is a little bit hazy. I think a polish will probably bring it up pretty nicely. I might try to insert a picture of how massive the box that this originally came in from. Again, like, and then it was just covered in a ton of bubble wrap, etc. So it arrived undamaged from Japan, which I was really thankful for. But the biggest detriment with the Amuse one is it doesn't come with anything other than the top. So let me touch into that. Okay, so I just have the hardtop kind of flipped over right now. It's a little bit tough to pick up on camera. It is in a gloss finish, so it's not completely raw, but it could use a bit of polishing, or I'm not too sure if like maybe the clear wasn't adhered like that great, but I think just with a polish it should come out pretty nicely. My plans for the exterior, I'm kind of on the fence right now whether I want to just have it prepped to look clear like in a glossy finish or keep it in a matte finish. I think matte would be pretty cool just to keep with the dry carbon look, but I don't actually have any other exposed dry carbon on the car. I do have a dry carbon ASM hood, but that one actually has been finished in black on the outside already, so the only dry carbon you can actually see is underneath. So yeah, I'm kind of on the fence. Do I keep it gloss? Do I keep it matte? Or do I just even wrap it black to match with the rest of the car, just to make it really low key? But we'll kind of see. But the biggest detriment with the Amuse hardtop at least in my mind, well, there's a few, I guess. I'll kind of touch on them in a bit. But the biggest downside is it doesn't come with anything other than the top itself. So as you can see here, this is just kind of a smattering of some of the stuff that I've ordered that I thought I would need with the hardtop itself. I might have gone a little overboard and ordered all the little individual clips and hardware and such like that I might actually not fully need. But the big thing is, yeah, this doesn't come with any of the hardware, doesn't come with any of the seals, so that's all on your own. It actually doesn't come with the glass even, but that one I'm actually getting sourced right now. For those of you that don't know, this uses a OEM Toyota MRS hardtop rear glass. So that's really the big thing that I like about this top, is that the rear window, as you can see, is pretty big, so you actually see quite a bit out the back, which is the big plus side with the OEM hardtop. Which I think it's a bigger piece of glass just because in the OEM one, it does actually cover to all the way to the bottom. But this one, a little bit different. I know those of you watching are probably thinking, oh my God, Amuse hardtop is probably stupidly expensive. Yes, it's not a cheap option, but ultimately with the direction that the OEM hardtops are going these days on the used market, this wasn't actually that much more. So that's mainly the reasons why I went this route. I'll agree, OEM hardtop, if you're kind of after that OEM fit and finish and kind of that, what do you want to call it? Refined nature, because inside it includes the headliner and everything like that. I think that top actually also reduces road noise as well too. So that's a great option if you want that. But for me, ultimately, I wasn't really too concerned with that. It was kind of, okay, what's like a high quality piece that I can add to the car that'll kind of polish it out. Honestly, if ASM made a hardtop, I'd probably go that route. And for those of you that know, most of the ASM cars actually have a Mugen top. But again, for the reasons that I sold my old one, I didn't really want to go that route. So here, kind of go over high level in terms of what I actually have. We have the rear seal, the side seals. We have basically the catchers, and then the new strikers for the hardtop piece, hardtop latches, shims, all the holes, etc., retainer brackets. So this is pretty much everything I ordered. I probably don't need to use everything. So like I mentioned a little bit earlier, I might have gone a bit overboard in terms of ordering stuff. But ultimately, I'm gonna have to start piecing together if I have everything that I need or if I need to order more. The biggest downside is that, especially with the catchers assemblies, like some of these things are being discontinued, so finding them can be a bit of a challenge. I was lucky enough to order most of this stuff through Amuse, which is kind of like a gray market parts distributor in Japan, and then I believe these like actual side catcher assemblies I ordered from Right Hand Drive Japan, because they actually price wise ended up being a little bit cheaper. But yeah, so this is kind of everything, and this is a really big new addition to Project S2000. So hopefully we'll kind of throw everything together and put it on the car. But I kind of just wanted a quick video in terms of like this new big piece, and also kind of neat, but there's this new placard, if it'll focus. Let's see, put it on the ground, there you go. So yeah, it's kind of cool. R1 Titan, made in Japan, and it gives like kind of like a serial number to it. So that was kind of neat. But yeah, overall, I'm pretty stoked on this new addition. I'm kind of on the fence. As like I mentioned before, I really enjoy driving with the top down in the S2000, but with this, it's kind of, okay, should I actually still keep the soft top, or should I look into deleting that? The biggest downfall for me if I do delete it is I want to clean up that area, and I would love to get like a CR tonneau cover, but A, those are discontinued. B, when you do find one, they're pretty damn expensive, and I believe they don't actually make the latching brackets for them anymore. So there are ways to kind of self-make that, but I don't know if I really want to go that route. So we'll kind of see what ends up happening when I throw this on and how long this will actually live on the car for. I imagine on really nice days I'll probably take it off, because I do really love that top-down cruising. But yeah, just wanted to give a quick little overview in terms of the new addition to Project S2000. Next video I'll probably try to go over in terms of how the installation goes of all the hardware, etc. The one really interesting thing, and let me just bring this over here and show you on the underside. Still actually confirming this, but on the bottom there's actually no drilling or anything like that. There are these notes where, so this would be where like the side catcher assembly goes, and then this is where the hardtop latches would go. So there's masking tape here with some dimensions and then some Japanese text, but I've asked a couple of my Japanese, I guess, fluent friends, and they don't fully understand what that means. It seems like there's like an aluminum plate bonded underneath, but there's nothing drilled here, so that's gonna be probably my first challenge, is just making sure that I find all those drilling points, and so I don't drill multiple holes on the underside of this expensive piece. But yeah, just again, like, this thing is super light. This is gonna be kind of weird to show on camera, but just lifting it like one hand, easy. I can't remember the exact way. I'll just probably put it into the caption below. But yeah, pretty stoked on this. So there'll probably be a couple more videos in terms of me having an adventure installing this. But yeah, I just wanted to give you guys a quick little video in terms of what this is and kind of what is going on with the Project S2000. But yeah, thanks for watching, and catch you in the next S2000 video.